Hey guys, let's talk. So, I decided to do a little video vlog of my transition into becoming a professional CDL driver for Werner. And I wanted to just do a little video vlog, kind of keeping me updated with, or keeping you guys updated with some stuff that's happening on with my life. If you guys want to follow, that's great. Mostly this is kind of a for me thing. I just want to document myself as I grow in this new industry that I'm really falling in love with. So, a little bit of background. Not too long ago, I got a CDL job with a local sugar beet company. They paid for my CDL. I went to Grand Forks, North Dakota. I spent about a week there training. I took the test on that Friday, and I got my license. Then I went immediately to work for the sugar beet hauling company. Ended up leaving there because there's a few situations that were going on at the time that are all under the bridge now. But I ended up needing something different in life. So I spoke with the wife, and as hard as it was for me and her to come to this conclusion, we wanted to pursue this career choice that I had because this was something that I liked doing, and it was something that could provide for my family without, going to spend 4 years out of college, which, our family couldn't really afford. So we decided to pursue just online applications. I applied with Schneider. I applied with Variant. I applied with US Express. I applied pretty much all over. And Werner, ironically, was like my Hail Mary kind of shop because they offered a regional position where I could be home weekly once I'm done with my training here. Well, as you can tell, you know which one called me first and which one I took, which was kind of amazing for me because Werner was the only one that was going to be offering me right off the get-go a regional job where I can be home weekly, which was amazing. So I was really happy when they gave me a call, and they were the first person to offer me not just a job, but like a real opportunity. It wasn't just, hey, they call, I find out that I really don't have too much experience in the field, so they weren't, they weren't really keen on that. But Werner, they said, yeah, no, we'll work with you. So I spoke with a recruiter over the phone, a little bit of back and forth. Wanted to make sure I timed it very well as I was exiting my last job into this job, so that hopefully my income with my family wouldn't be disrupted too much. It wasn't, and I'll get into that in a second. So from there, I called back the recruiter, told her that my wife, my family, they're all in support of me. Which, by the way, Tao, thank you, honey. You are awesome. But I called them. I told them that, hey, everything's good to go with my wife, with my sons. And she's like, great. How soon can you start? I'm like, what? Like, I'm thinking this is going to be like weeks out. No. Cool thing with Werner is that on Monday and Wednesday they have trainings available. So I was spoiled. I get to choose whatever I wanted to do, right? So I said, yeah, I'll take the first opportunity you can give me. Let's just jump into this, feet first into the pool kind of scenario. So the following Sunday, she set up a rental car from Grand Forks, North Dakota, and I'll be driving all the way down to Omaha, Nebraska, which is where I am now. I arrived here at the hotel, I want to say around 11 o'clock at night. Checked in, very friendly staff. The room is nice. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not like, 5 stars. But, if you've been at like an American Inn or something like that, it's pretty much the same. It's not bad. The only thing is that this particular hotel is kind of like a motel, not a hotel. I mean, it's comfortable enough, I guess. And then the following Monday, I started orientation. Orientation is typically, 1 to 2 to 3 days, depending on, how much paperwork and stuff you have to go through. Now, I was part of a bigger class. I don't want to say class, but it was a bigger orientation. There was about 10 people there. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. Especially when some of them there just had a lot of trouble comprehending some things. Some of them, English wasn't their first language, which is totally understandable. Good on them for coming here and trying to provide a better life for their families. So, things slowed down a little bit for my particular area. But basically, first day was just a bunch of paperwork. If you've ever been hired at a new job, you know how it goes. You're going to go there, you're going to show them your social security number, you're going to show them, your forms of identification, you're going to go through, your benefits, going to go through, your pay plan, you're going to go through... It's pretty self-explanatory. And then after that, they pretty much started taking us on stuff I already knew, but a lot of these people, I was the only person there who had prior experience of driving a tractor trailer. Everybody else there came straight out of school. So they kind of had to give us all a good refresher, even though I was just doing this stuff 2 days ago. So I already knew. So when they went into the bay, we did, what to look for on a pre-trip inspection, what kind of PSI the tires should be inflated to, all these other errors to look out for, kind of stuff that if you've been in the industry even for a little bit, or if you've gone through school and you paid attention, you're going to know right away how to do that stuff. But I appreciate the fact that Werner actually was going to take the time. Even though they expect you to know this stuff, they're still going to drive it back into you. So that's pretty good. They're covering their bases. Second day, it was just more of kind of the same stuff. We're going to go through, we did our tablets. So all truck drivers who are interstate, so that means you're going from state to state to state to state, you have to have what's called an ELD. It's an electronic log device, is what it's the acronym for. And Werner has their own particular ELD. All companies have their own ELD, and their particular one just has some extra functions to it. So we went through that, learned how to put that all in the system. It was pretty simple stuff. If you know how to work a smartphone, it'll come like that for you. I can't really flick my fingers. But if you know how to work a smartphone, it's super easy. You won't have any problems with it. From there, we went out and we just we saw some backing up maneuvers that some other people were doing, so we got a kind of a first-hand view on that. We also did the simulator class. So if you are going to be coming in this industry, and if you have to do the simulators for your training or for a job that you do, just be aware that the simulator will make you very nauseous. So it's gonna make you a little motion sick because the base of the seat that you're gonna be sitting at in the simulation moves. It moves like a real truck. And so it's kind of hard to focus on that, because literally as everything else around you feels real, the screens that you're looking at literally look like a PS2 game. Probably less than that, maybe like a PlayStation 1. Like you have these cars that literally look like just pixels running by. It is so jarring. You probably will get motion sickness. I had to have peppermint or gum to kind of calm down my nauseousness. But after that, I was like, I need some Dramamine. But by the way, you can't take that because anything that'll make you nauseous, or sorry, anything that makes you dizzy, dizzy or sleepy, you can't take, obviously, while operating a vehicle. So if you were thinking I'll just take some non-Jazzy Dramamine to get rid of that, don't do that. I thought I was going to do that, and that's a big no-no. So learn from my experience if you guys want to do that. So that's about it. Third day, you went in, we go take an assessment. And the assessment isn't really a test. Basically, they just want to see what your skills are before they give you what's called a leader. A leader is basically going to be somebody who's going to take you onto their truck and they're going to drive with you. Or actually, you're going to be driving with them. You're going to be driving their truck. And they're just going to kind of teach you the ropes a little bit of your particular route, what you're going to be doing, how to maneuver the vehicle, which is great. So before you do that, you have to go through the assessment just so they give you something. There we go. Just so they have something to work with. So that way they know your strengths, they know your weaknesses, what you can focus on, what you don't need to focus on so much. So it's not really a test. The way they kind of explained it to me at first was like a test, but it's actually not. And for me, it was pretty easy. Again, I have experience of driving a tractor trailer through a town on open highways, and well, since I live up north, everybody knows the weather that we get up there, so I'm pretty familiar with driving on snow, sleet, ice. Prefer not to drive on ice, but I have experience doing it. Not the funnest thing in the world. So, we completed that, and now I'm sitting in my ready status, waiting for a leader / trainer, because they're basically the same thing. And that's kind of where I'm at now. So far, I like it. My one complaint that I have, and I wouldn't even say it's a complaint because they've been phenomenal with me. I would say that if you're going to come here, bring money. Bring money. I regret not bringing more because they do feed you while you're here. So you technically get a breakfast and a lunch. Breakfast is not really much of anything. So even though they say that, oh yeah, the hotel has breakfast for you, no, they don't. They have like a bagel. That's about all they got. They put out bagels in the morning, which is nice. So if you like bagels, if you want to have some cream cheese on your bagel or toast your bagel, go right ahead. If that's all you need, then you're good. But if you want a real breakfast, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna have to go to there's a vending machine that has a sausage, egg, and cheese pancake type thing. You can have that. But other besides that, no, not really. Nothing for breakfast. Lunch, they're pretty good on. Every day during the week, you'll get a lunch. Now that lunch is predetermined for you. So like for me, like today, I didn't like tuna. I'm not a big tuna guy. So, I kind of did my own thing. I DoorDash some food. But some days I got some really good stuff. Like there's a roast beef sandwich I had the other day. It was great. And then dinner, you're just completely by yourself. They won't do anything for you. You can use a shuttle. They do have a shuttle here. So if you flew in, or if you had a rental vehicle and you came in, like I did, they're going to take that rental vehicle away the very first day that you're here, and then you can use the shuttle bus to get around. The shuttle bus only goes about half-mile away from the hotel. So whatever in that half mile, you're good to go, but anything outside of that, not so much. So if you didn't bring your own vehicle, you're kind of SOL in that department. So you kind of end up doing what I did and door dashing a lot of food, and it burns a hole in your pocket pretty darn quickly, and also adds on the calories. But the other thing that I was going to say, though, was that I've been in the ready status since Thursday afternoon. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, it's Tuesday night, going into Wednesday. So that means, let's not even count Thursday. Let's just say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now today's Tuesday. So about a whole work week of just waiting for a trainer. Now, actually, when I was talking with other people around here, they said that it's not uncommon for people to be waiting for a week or 2 weeks for a trainer. So I guess if I had anything to say, or if I had any feedback for Werner, I would say that I would hope in the future they could work their logistics a little bit nicer to where we wouldn't be waiting for so long, and the wait wouldn't be so bad if you weren't stuck in a hotel room for a week. I mean, as nice as the hotel room is that if you're not able to go out, like I wanted to go to a Best Buy because I packed light because I was going to be on a trainer's truck for, you know, anywhere from 3 days to a week. So I wanted to pack light, and I started regretting that as soon as I got here because I'm like, I'm bored as hell. I have a Nintendo Switch here, to kind of keep me company, but nobody wants to sit there and play games like this all day. So if I could at least put it up to the TV, but I couldn't. Because it's out of the half-mile radius, and Walmart didn't have like a Nintendo dock. So I know first world problems, but it's just a slight. It's nothing bad. It's just those things that are like a slight kind of like, well, that's inconvenient. that's kind of the situation that you're going to find yourself in. So be prepared for that. If any one of you wants to follow in this particular footsteps. Now, for me, since I'm what's called an advanced placement driver, I don't have to do the full 3 weeks of training. So for me, there is a minimum of 3 days to about 2 weeks. So anywhere in between that window, anywhere between that window is where I'll be training. Which it sounds like, from everything I've talked with the people there, that all depends on my leader/trainer, but hopefully we're able to just keep it to about 3 days, and then I can get on the road. I kind of had the option to not do the training period and then just hop into a truck ASAP. But I decided that wasn't a good idea because at my local job that I did, I never uncoupled and recoupled a trailer. And even though I had tons of experience backing, like straight line and offset backing, I feel like I'm the GOAT at. But I've never had experience of backing in at a truck stop. I haven't had that kind of experience before. For me, I'm going to be on a dollar store account. I'm actually going to be on the Dollar General account. So I'll have to learn how to really maneuver in those tight corners, which, even though I do feel somewhat comfortable at doing that already, it just adds another level of security of having somebody there who's done it, who knows how to do it, be there with me. And I think that would have been just a dumb move to be over cocky in this particular situation. If someone's offering you training, even if it's something that you already somewhat know, if you're not 100% sure on it, you take it, because there's always an opportunity to sharpen your blade. So that's what I did, and that's why it's frustrating waiting for a trainer, but at the same time, I know that in the long run, it's going to be way more than worth it. I feel like the knowledge is going to be worth its weight in gold if I get a good trainer. So I know typically, sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes you're going to get a leader that you jive with. Sometimes you're not. I guess we'll find out. So that's about it, guys. Again, I just wanted to do a little vlog and keep a record of how I grow in the industry. It's been a tough week. Been away from my family and friends, and I mean, I've been calling and I've been video calling them. But even still, it's pretty tough. It's pretty lonely being here, and it's burning a hole in my pocketbook. So, but the good news is that I am in line for a trainer. I'm actually the next one up. So hopefully within today or tomorrow, hopefully we can get that to happen, because Christmas is literally right around the corner. I would like to get home by Christmas. But my loving wife, my beautiful wife, Tao, she's always been there for me. She's backing me up 100% on this. She said, "Hey, Zach, there's no point for you to come home and then go back out to do training." She said, "Just go and get it done. Get this done once and for all. Come back, we'll have our family time, and then you can go back out." I'm just blessed, man. I feel like I've had just the best support I can have. So, honey, if you're watching this, I want you to know I love you. Thank you for always being there for me. You are my rock. Without your support, I couldn't do any of this. So, I love you. And to anybody else who's watching, I hope you guys just stick around, watch my growth. Um, yeah, because this is an awesome opportunity. I hope I don't squander it. I'm gonna do everything I can. I'll keep you guys updated. Peace.